It feels cringy.
Okay. Do we know anything about, is this going to be on consoles? Is it going to be on like iOS or Android operating systems? Like, where are we going to? Is it going to be an online game?
That's what Tyler was wondering if it was VR. Let's see. The Kyle Rittenhouse Turkey Shoot is available for pre-order, $9.99 according to the game's website. So there must be a Kyle Rittenhouse Turkey Shoot website. And the let's see, I don't see it. I don't see where you can actually play it. What platform you can play it on?
Well, this is hugely important. So already he doesn't know how to.
No, because he's
video game. Okay.
Well, anyway,
I don't know.
let's think if you should know.
Let's go. Why don't you pick the next story? I gotta be honest. I could not care less about story 9.
Yeah. How about? Oh, you know what? I do like number 19. I think that this could be something.
Way ahead.
Yeah, could be something that we all start to see next. In the near future of flying.
Yes, American Airlines. Heard of it? They are instituting a little pilot program at Dallas Fort Worth, which is one of their main world hubs. If you already have TSA pre-check, you will be able to go through the security checkpoints at Dallas Fort Worth International Airport with a phone app, their own AA app. I don't think it's a special extra app, and a face scan. So they'll probably put a code into your app that you scan. You put your face up to a face scanner. It goes, yep, that's you. See ya.
Which
And they say it'll speed up going through those lines. I gotta say, I don't care if they do it. That's fine with me. I did recently get pre-check after so many years of not having it, like an idiot. And it's pretty fast anyway.
It's very fast.
I never felt with pre-check like, gosh, I wish there was a way they could speed this up. Now, maybe that's because when you go through the regular shoes off, pull out your shampoo way, it's interminable.
Right.
But I guess my point is, I don't think the pre-check people, I don't think we need it to go any faster for us. They should figure out a way to make it faster for the regular, unwashed, non-pre-check people out there.
And people, if you haven't got pre-check yet, you need to get it. What is it, $85 still for 5 years?
Something like that, yeah.
It's why you don't get it. I don't care if you fly once a year. I swear, if you go through, let's say Atlanta, where it's 2 hours in the regular security line, that is an average. So if you fly once in and out of a major airport, I swear to you, it is worth the money. Once a year.
It's really funny how they've made going through the regular security checks so onerous.
Oh, it's awful.
And when you get to go through, and sometimes, if you're not pre-checked, you'll get selected, though, to go through anyway.
Yeah.
That did happen to me once. And they've made the regular thing so terrible that when you go through pre-check, you have actual joy at how relatively easy it is. Now, going through the security airport should not bring you joy. It just shouldn't be annoying. But this manages to do it.
It's not like in Wayne's World where they're holding up their Alice in Chains passes to show they can go backstage. That's how I felt like with my pre-check.
It's pretty good. All right. Here's what we should do. Let's get some news from Jen, and then we can talk about this new gun control bill that passed the Senate, and there's something really super weird in it that I want to talk to you about. It's KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart app. If you missed it, we got it.
KFI.
KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app.
It's off to the house. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
The yeas are 65. The nays are 33.
The Senate has approved a gun safety bill. Some Republicans joined with Democrats to pass it 65-33 last night. Minority Leader Mitch McConnell says it's an important bill to make schools safer and protect the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens.
What I'm mainly concerned about is dealing with the issues that have been brought to the fore by these mass shootings, which are directly related to school safety and mental health. And I think Senator Corner and his team have put together a bill that addresses the problem.
The House is expected to pass the legislation. News is brought to you by veteran-owned Semper Solaris. LA County will pay more than $400,000 a year to the descendants of a black family that had their property taken amid racist threats. Supervisor Janice Hahn says the lease payment to the Bruce family allows the county to keep a lifeguard facility at Bruce's beach.
This has never been done. There was no book that we got to follow in returning stolen property to an African-American family.
The final plan to be voted on next week includes the promise to allow the county to buy the property for $20 million if the family decides to sell. You can get the full history of the Bruce family at KFIAM640.com/Bruce's Beach. A congressional gold medal could be awarded to a man killed while helping stop a mass shooter at a church in Laguna Woods.
The shooter barred the doors and attacked with 2 guns, explosives, and bags of ammo.
Dr. John Chang was a hero who represents the very best of Orange County.
Republican Congresswoman Michelle Steele says the bipartisan bill would honor the brave man who saved dozens of other lives.
His courage will never be forgotten.
Investigators also called the guy a hero whose actions last month allowed churchgoers enough time to tackle and hogtie the shooter. The man faces the death penalty for multiple murder, attempted murder, and hate crime charges. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
Air regulators in California have been hearing from the public about a proposed plan to back fossil fuel use and reach carbon neutrality by 2045. Several people spoke out yesterday against the draft 2022 climate change scoping plan.
The plan is narrowly focused on one technology rather than allowing for the flexibility of other available lower-cost carbon options.
Not everyone has the money to buy an electric car.
California doesn't have adequate energy supply or the proper infrastructure to add more pressure to our electric grid.
Environmental advocates say more needs to be done. Today's hearing was the first of 2. Nurses at Kaiser Permanente in Hollywood are back on the job after a one-day strike. They rallied yesterday for better working conditions and increased security at the hospital.
A few weeks ago, we had someone from the street who again made to the 7th floor, went to one of the units, and slept in an empty bed.
Kaiser officials say there has been an increase in crime at the hospital on Sunset because crime is up in the area, but there are a record number of security guards working. Public health officials in LA County have confirmed 14 probable cases of monkeypox in the region. The county confirmed its first presumptive case of monkeypox on June 2nd. Researchers at Chapman University say lower price tags are coming to homes in OC.
Researchers say they project home prices in the county will drop 12% by next spring. The university's Jim Doty says the main price cutter is rising mortgage rates.
We're forecasting that by mid-next year, that mortgage rates will be 7%.
Doty says the projected price cuts will drop prices for more than $1 million to less than $900,000. He says prices coming down in many ways could be a positive thing as it will enable more people to buy homes. Blake Crowley, KFI News.
And the latest public hearing of the House Committee investigating the fatal riot at the U.S. Capitol has examined the role of former Justice Department officials. ABC's Jay O'Brien says 3 days before the attack, witnesses of an Oval Office meeting say former President Trump proposed making Jeffrey Clark the head of the Justice Department after Clark said he would help Trump stay in office.
According to the committee, the White House then started referring to Clark as acting attorney general, but Trump didn't go through with it because others in the department threatened to resign.
Clark was interviewed by the committee yesterday but refused to answer questions. Here's SoCal weather from KFI. Looks like it's going to be a hot day ahead. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s at the beaches. Will be around mid-80 to 90 for Metro LA and OC, around 100 for the valleys in the IE. Taking a look at your KFI financial report, the Dow is up 579, S&P gaining 81, NASDAQ is up 283. Let's get a look at your drive with VKFI in the sky and just us checking out East LA.
You betcha. Now, make sure you stay with us. I know Jennifer and Alex and everybody in our newsroom are making calls to the officials on the ground here, saying exactly what's going on. But the traffic implications for a Friday morning, boy, you don't want to be here, that's for sure. Listen up. It's westbound 60, right in the heart of the East LA interchange. West 60 transition to the North 101. It is shut down along with the Soto off-ramp. Now, the West 60 stops at the 710 and is building through there. Now, things you can do. You don't want to go West 60 past the 710 unless you want to get off of Circle Street. But you should go West 10 to the North 101. That'll work. Or to the North 5. Or if you get off that West 60, go north on the 710. It's getting busy up to the West End. That'll get you to the 5 and the 101 or whatever you have to do. You can go, boy, if you're still with me, west 60 to the west 10 Santa Monica Freeway through the East Yellow interchange. It's a very difficult situation. More coming up on all of this. Oh, by the way, southbound 605 at the 105. You were listening earlier. There was a problem. It's all gone now. Transition open. Jeff Ball, AFI in the sky.
If your business has 5 or more employees and you manage to survive COVID, you're eligible to receive a payroll tax rebate of $26,000 per employee. And this is not a loan. It's yours. The challenge is getting your hands on it. How do you cut through the red tape? How does your business get the money? Go to getrefunds.com. They're specialists in this little-known payroll tax refund program, and they do all the work. No charge up front. They share a percentage of the cash they get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those who took PPP money, nonprofits, even those that had increases in sales. They got my business a 6-figure refund, and their average client gets $250,000 back. Go to getrefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions, they do the rest. Getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Given that you're all on the court, make sure you have the right partner by your side. Highland's Leg Cramp Quick Dissolve Tablets. America's #1 leg cramp relief solution for over 10 years. No water needed, no stomach upset. Just fast, effective relief. Also available in tablets. Highland's Leg Cramp. To healthy competition and beyond. Available at Walmart, Walgreens, and CVS. Claims based on traditional homeopathic practice. Not accepted medical evidence. Not FDA evaluated.
Adventurers wanted at La Mesa and Rec Van, where your search for a sleek, maneuverable adventure van is made easy. Our selection of top names like Winnebago, Pleasureway, Road Trek, Tiffin, Integra, and Jayco are in stock and ready to go. Get off the grid comfortably in a Mercedes, Ford Transit, or ProMaster-powered adventure van, equipped with a range of amenities. Save thousands and drive away in the adventure van you've been searching for. Your adventure van source is an easy drive to San Diego at La Mesa and Rec Van.
This is Jacob and Ronnie. If you've been in an accident, call 844-24-JACOB.
KFI.
More stimulating talk.
An iHeart radio station.
All right, Tyler, cut it. Cut the thing. Cut the thing. It's out. The Supreme Court decision we've all been waiting for is out. The Supreme Court decision about how the special extra Medicare supplement for Part A hospitalization is to be calculated for hospitals that disproportionately serve low-income patients. They did it! I know we're all waiting for that abortion decision, but, and we know the Supreme Court said they would add as a special opinion release day today. We all thought that meant here comes the abortion decision, and I pointed out there's several other cases they haven't released opinions on. So the first one up from the Supreme Court today is what I just said about some boring Medicare stuff.
If you ever do that to me again, I will take you out to the woodshed and kick you in the chin repeatedly.
Joke's on you. I love that.
I'm looking at every source possible. And here you come on with, it's happened, just come down. I'm like, wait, what? Wait. I'm the news guy. What did I miss?
Well, I'm sorry. You don't have an alert set for Becerra v. Empire Health Foundation for Valley Hospital Medical Center?
You know, this is why I probably won't get my contract renewed, because I didn't have that alert on.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm here. I got you covered. Now, it does mean they have started the process of uploading the opinion. So let's keep refreshing, and we'll see if we get something that is more what we were looking for. In the meantime, bipartisan Senate gun control bill has passed. It'll go to the House. They're going to take it up today. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't pass the House as well. There's two things in this. One of them is very controversial, and it has to do with requiring background checks for 18 to 20-year-olds who are buying firearms that will now include juvenile records and psychiatric records. And this is so controversial that guess who doesn't like it? Remember, it's a gun control bill. Guess who doesn't like it? You'll never guess. I'll just tell you. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC. Now, I don't think AOC's a big gun person. I don't think she's a big Second Amendment booster. I would think in most cases she loves gun control, but even she doesn't think this is a good idea. It doesn't mean to vote against the bill. But she is speaking out about it, and that is because in this country, juvenile records are considered sacrosanct. You have regular adult court records, they're not that hard to get. Anybody can get them. Juvenile records are a different thing. For one thing, in the adult criminal justice system, one of the big purposes is punishment. And another one is protection of society. And rehabilitation is in there, kind of, but depending on the case, sometimes the idea of what can we do to help rehabilitate this person gets thrown out. But in juvenile court, there's only one goal: rehabilitation. That's it. So it is structured differently, the records are kept differently. And under this requirement, what's going to happen is if a 19-year-old goes to buy a gun, they have the background check. And then they have 3 days for the instant criminal check to come back and flag the possibility that there's a juvenile record that needs to be looked in, which will extend the waiting time to up to 10 days. And if after 10 days, I guess if the authorities don't find what they thought they were going to find, then you get your gun. But if they find a juvenile felony conviction, you don't get to have a gun. Now, here are what the people who don't like this idea are saying. You shouldn't be held accountable for the rest of your life for something that happened when you were underage. And now we are saying that someone who has a felony conviction when they are 16 or 17 will never again in their life, even when they're 80, be allowed to have a gun. And that's not fair. Now, if you're 18, then that's fine, that you never again in your life can have a gun. But not if it happened when you were 17 or 16. So that is in this bill. I don't know if, you know what, if there are enough people in the House that have a problem with that part of it, they might demand that some changes be made before they're willing to pass it. So let's see if that provision scuttles anything about the bill getting passed in the House. So that's in there. That's somewhat interesting to me. It definitely goes against the grain of how we usually treat juvenile records. On the other hand, there's another argument to be made, which is just because you were 16 when you murdered all those people, we shouldn't hold it against you when you're 80. And then there's another thing in here. It has to do with misdemeanor crimes of violence. Remember, it used to be, if you had a felony, you couldn't have a gun.
Wayne, I'm just jumping in right here. According to Fox News, the Supreme Court has reversed Roe v. Wade.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, here it is. The Jackson Women's Health Organization. The Constitution does not confer a right to abortion. Roe is overruled. Casey is overruled. Authority to regulate abortion is returned to the people and their elected representatives. And I just want to see if they stuck with Alito as the author of this decision. Boy, the syllabus for this decision just goes on and on. Here we go. Yep, it is Justice Alito. So we can look at this a little bit and see how close to the draft it is. But you're right, it's out. They've done it. And I'll tell you what, let's get some news from you, Jen, if you don't mind.
Yes.
And then when we come back, I was going to talk about the other thing that was in this gun bill, but I guess we better start discussing this right away. This is KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart app. And here's Jennifer Jones-Lee live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
And as we were just mentioned just now, the Supreme Court has reversed Roe v. Wade. Wayne's going to get into all the details of this in just a second. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says the Rules Committee will get busy this morning on a gun safety bill the Senate approved yesterday. And today marks the 1-year anniversary since the deadly condo collapse in Surfside, Florida. Family members, emergency officials, and politicians all gathered for a public memorial. But again, our breaking news right now, the Supreme Court has just reversed Roe v. Wade. So we'll have Wayne talking more about this. We will get all of the impact of this decision in just a few minutes. Of course, as the California politicians I'm sure we're going to be hearing from, that's all going to come up to you, so we'll get through to that in just a second. You're from the Driveway.com Weather Center. Weather forecast looks like a sunny day ahead, very hot with highs mild at the beaches, just in the 70s, but we will be right around 100 inland. This report is brought to you by Goal Zero. Let's get a look at your drive, the KFI in the sky, and Jeff Baugh.
We're at the East LA interchange again, Bob Dakota. This is a big problem, so listen up. It's right in the heart of the East LA interchange. West 60, transition north 101 closed with the photo off. West 60 south 710. Things that you can do and work. West 60 to the north 710 to the west 10 to the 101. That'll get you into downtown. West 10 to the north 5 is much faster. And finally, West 60 to the West 10 Santa Monica Freeway out to West LA. That's open. More coming up. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the sky.
If you've listened to Handle on the Law for any length of time, you'll notice that I have never recommended a lemon law lawyer. Never found one I'm comfortable with until now. So let me introduce you to the Knight Law Group. If you've bought or leased a car and gone back repeatedly for a car repair to no avail, you may have a lemon on your hands. And you have rights under the California lemon law. Every year, car manufacturers produce and sell cars that have real problems, and you're stuck with them. Well, you can actually do something about it now. Call the Knight Law Group. They can help you get rid of your lemon and get your money back. And you don't pay anything out of pocket. Call for a free consultation. Call the Knight Law Group at 844-43-LEMON, 844-43-LEMON, or visit knightlaw.com. That's Knight with a K, knightlaw.com.
Paid spokesperson. Every case is different. Results vary. Courtesy of Roger Kiernos, Knight Law Group, LLP.
Did you know 16-ounce leaks can save 27 to 90 gallons of water per day? Even tiny leaks can be huge water wasters. Conserving water starts with a few simple water-saving actions at home and in your yard, like adjusting your sprinklers and adding drip irrigation so you water only where it's needed. We can all do our part to conserve water. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more water-saving tips. Save water, save California.
Hi, Rick Edelman here. Looking for a financial advisor who can help you with digital assets? Go to the advisor directory at thetruthayf.com. Thousands of advisors have obtained their certificate in blockchain and digital assets, demonstrating that they have the knowledge they need so they can give you the advice you need about this new asset class. If you're interested in digital assets, make sure you're talking to a financial advisor who knows what they're talking about, demonstrated by their attaining the certificate in blockchain and digital assets. Find a financial advisor at the advisor directory at thetruthayf.com. It's a free service that connects you with advisors across the country who can help you. Blockchain's revolutionary software, as impactful as the original code. Make sure you get the advice you need from a skilled and knowledgeable advisor who holds the certificate in blockchain and digital assets. Find one at the advisor directory at thetruthayf.com.
There's a lot of COVID info out there, but not all of it's true. So it's important to remember the facts. Do COVID-19 vaccines give people the virus? Nope. It's actually the opposite. Vaccines teach our cells how to fight COVID-19. And just like other vaccines, COVID-19 boosters help keep our immunity strong. Share the facts, not the virus. Find a vaccine near you at myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
1-877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1-877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
With gas prices at all-time highs, now's the time to donate. Running or not, your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Donate your car today at carsforkids.org.
1-877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
For all those times when DIY just won't do, it's pro time. For over 70 years, families have trusted Coit for clean, healthy homes. Our certified technicians use custom methods to deep clean and sanitize just about everything. Call 800-4COIT or visit Coit.com for 35% off a deep clean, backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Hey, it's Steve Gregory. Join me every Saturday for Unsolved, where we talk with investigators about cold cases, challenging cases, even the most wanted. And the interviews aren't only interesting, they're making an impact.
The word is getting out there, because I can tell you, Steve, that since this first aired on your show Unsolved, we've seen an uptick in hits on our line.
Listen on air, online, or download the podcast. It's the only show of its kind in Southern California.
Unsolved with Steve Gregory. Tomorrow night at 8 on KFI.